Hey guys, how you doing? It's KJ here from the scariest movie ever made in rigreality.com, and I have a little video investigation here on Lady Gaga I wanted to share with you and just see what you think. I don't have all the answers on this one. Maybe you can help fill in some of the blanks. I'll show you the process I went through to kind of find what I found and just see what you think. I wasn't planning on doing a video on Lady Gaga. I did one a while back. You can see that on my channel. It has to do with her, of course, Illuminati type symbols and stuff like this. A lot of people have done videos on Lady Gaga like that. You can research it for yourself. If you're not familiar with that kind of research, or if you're not familiar with, Illuminati symbols and pop stars or whatever, there's plenty of information out there. Just do a little search on it. Check YouTube, check the internet, whatever. You're going to find, more than enough information on it. And really what it comes down to is there's a whole other language in our world, and it's the language of symbols and symbolism. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, that we're living in a time where the veil's being lifted. I believe this language is becoming a lot more apparent to more of us. And once you see it, once you know it, and once you understand it, once you know what you're looking for, like the Illuminati and Freemason symbols and things and whatnot, once you get it, there's no going back. You'll see it everywhere, and it'll start making more sense to you the deeper you go into the research and understand that all of this stuff is extending through the Masons / Illuminati, through the mystery religions from Babylon. That's kind of what this is all about, and that's what this video is going to touch on, is a connection between Lady Gaga and a goddess. And that's another thing you'll see with a lot of the Masons and the Illuminati, a lot of their history. There's a lot of mother goddess worship. There's a lot of goddess worship in general. And again, these are all extensions from the mystery religions of Babylon. I know it gets pretty deep, but what I'm going to show you I think is pretty solid, and I just want to see what you think about it. So this first video right here, Lady Gaga Inside the Outside. It's a 40-minute long kind of documentary they did on Gaga. This is what I started with last night. I kind of stumbled into it. I guess the whole idea for me is you have to know your enemy, so to speak. So I'd never seen it before. It came out about a year ago. It was on MTV. The whole thing's about Gaga just kind of talking about her life. It's kind of hard to make it through. To me, she comes off incredibly fake. I'll show you a little bit of that in a second. But to me, they probably did this just for the public, just to kind of appease the public. There's a lot of bad press on Gaga, at least on the internet, with her Illuminati connection type stuff. So in this whole thing right here is kind of coming off to make her seem more normal, and it's like a good girl, and all this stuff, right? But anyway, so this video right here in particular doesn't have a lot to do with the research I did. I still just wanted to show you a quick clip, and this is where I started, okay? And I'll show you where I leapt from there. But just check this out. If I had to relabel this documentary, I'd call it Lady Gaga Worst Actress Ever. So just check this out real quick.
For the dream of my family to have a legacy. The dream. My grandparents came here from nothing. My father was the first to go to college. My mother was the first to go to school. It's like the dream of my family.
Anyway, that's about it. And barf, right? I mean, completely fake. You get the gist. So anyway, so there's that. Now, what I found in this thing is that she talks a lot about fame. Fame is a it's a continuing theme throughout her work, through a lot of her interviews and whatnot. It's fame, right? So I went from this whole thing, I watched the whole 40 minutes or whatever of it, and then I jumped into this interview right here. It's a 60 minutes interview on Lady Gaga, and just check this little bit out right here about fame, okay?
The pressures of maintaining fame and the deadly price other superstars have paid for it are a frequent theme in Lady Gaga's performances. At the MTV Video Music Awards, she shocked the audience by ending her song Paparazzi drenched in blood, hanging above the stage. A blonde icon dying before our eyes.
That's what everyone wants to know, right? What's she going to look like when she dies? What's she going to look like when she's overdosed on whatever they think I'm overdosing on? Everybody wants to see the decay of the superstar.
Do you think people want to see your decay?
What? Of course they do. They want to see me fail. They want to see me fall on stage. They want to see me vomiting out of a nightclub. I mean, isn't that the age that we live in?
Anyway, there's just a little bit of that. I just wanted to show you how they kind of touch on fame just for a little bit in this interview. And I watched the whole thing here too, and of course it made me sick to my stomach. I can't watch a whole lot of Gaga, but I had a feeling I was onto something. It was going to lead somewhere. I mean, seriously, watching Lady Gaga to me, it's like visual ipecac, if that makes any sense. You know what ipecac is? It's that stuff you drink when you're little to make you throw up. Yeah, visual ipecac, Lady Gaga, alright? But so anyway, the fame theme, man, let's keep going. So I finished this bit, and I kept thinking fame. It kept sticking in my head. What's that all about? So I did a little digging on Gaga, and of course, a few things popped up. Here's one. Lady Gaga released recently a new perfume, a new fragrance, and the fragrance is called Fame. So here's the very end of, it's like a 5-minute long little video they did on it, but here's a little bit of Lady Gaga's Fame. Yeah, so, just like I said, it was a very little bit, but yeah, there you go, Lady Gaga Fame, right? Again, it's a continuing theme with Lady Gaga's Fame, so I started thinking from there, I'm like, one thing I know about the history with the Masons and the Illuminati is, again, these are all extensions of the mystery religions from Babylon. And if you go back and do a little research on that stuff, you're going to find that they were really big into goddess worship. The mother goddess, goddess in general, but goddess worship is a continuing theme with the Illuminati and the Masons. So then I asked myself, I'm like, fame, was there ever a goddess of fame, right? And, well, turns out actually there was. The goddess of fame, it's right here. The goddess of fame is Athena. Athena is the goddess, oops, right down here. Athena is the goddess of fame, see? And then there's more and more and more, but it's all about Athena. So Athena is the goddess of fame. I'm not going to bore you with this whole page right here, but I read a lot. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, Athena is the goddess of fame. So I was like, well, that's kind of crazy. So, alright, so the Greek goddess. So what about Athena? Well, I did a little research on her. Like I said, I read this right here, and they talk a lot about, even right in here, you can kind of see some of it, but right here with Medusa, right? So a lot of the mythology with Athena is that she actually had helped Perseus to kill Medusa. And there's a lot of different old pictures you can see of Athena wearing, armor and breastplates with the face of Medusa on there, right? So kind of a weird connection there also, right? So I just kept looking and digging, and I kept thinking, all right, so let's do a little more research on Athena. Where is she from? I won't even click into this whole thing. I just kind of looked up Athena and well, right there, Athena, Crete, to come back to this. But right here it says Athens got Athena from Crete, and Crete is believed to have gotten Athena from Western Africa. So there's a connection there with Athena and Crete. Alright, so then logically I'm like, alright, well then where do I go from here? Is there any kind of a connection with Lady Gaga and Greece, or even Crete? And well, here's what I found. Alright, so right here, Lady Gaga spends $20 million on a house in Greece. And guess where it is? Right here, Lady Gaga is spending $20 million on a home in Greece that will appear to float in the sea. The 26-year-old bought land in Crete last year and is now planning to build the property of her dreams. Weird, right? There's also some stories online, about some secret marriage she may have had, or some guy she's with, and they were out in Athens together, out in Greece, even Crete. So you can check all that out too. So that's a weird connection too, right? And lastly, but not leastly, I guess, there's one more thing with Gaga. Going back to the Medusa thing, I was like, okay, so I got a connection here to Greece, all right, and then of course Athena. And, well, what about Medusa, Alright, hold on, I gotta type this in. It turns out that, I know that's the worst, but it turns out that, right here, Lady Gaga's actually got a song. Are you ready? Right there it is. It's called, Lady Gaga, Medusa Warrior. Alright, this is apparently some kind of a leak. Anyway, we won't play the whole thing, but yeah, so there's a song, Lady Gaga, Medusa Warrior. What does it all mean? I don't know, but I definitely think there's some interesting connections there. Again, back here to Lady Gaga, spending the money in Greece, the connections with Athena, the goddess of fame. Lady Gaga constantly talking about fame, right? Again, guys, I think it's just a connection. I don't know exactly what it means. I believe in synchronicities. I believe everything's connected. Could this just be a thread that I found, some kind of a connection through the Matrix? Did I find one of the threads that's going through the Matrix here that's connecting Lady Gaga with Athena? Or is this all something they're doing? Again, they work through symbols and symbolism. They work through this hidden history. Is this something she's trying to achieve? Is she trying to be like, the new Athena, so to speak? I don't know. But there's definitely some connections there with Athena and Lady Gaga and the Goddess of Fame. So yeah, if you have any ideas of what this all means, please feel free to throw it down on the comments. And thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Talk to you later.